Welcome to Traveling the Earth. Today we are on Phewa Lake in the city of Pokhara in the Himalayan country of Nepal. So Pokhara is the second biggest city in Nepal after Kathmandu, has over 500,000 people in it. And you wouldn't know it here on the banks of Phewa Lake, because the city's back a little ways, but there's all this park space around the lake. It's a beautiful, beautiful green body of water, and surrounded by the lush green middle hills of the Himalayas. We're only a few miles away from several of the biggest mountain peaks in the entire world, the Annapurna range of the Himalayas, where you have mountains that are 26,000 feet tall. Pokhara, Annapurna 1, 2, etc. If I'm neglecting ones, I think it's called Dolat Giri. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing or leaving anything out. But we are near a number of the biggest mountains in the entire world. Pokhara is such a hot spot for adventure sports. Many people come here to do trekking, to do various versions of the very popular Annapurna circuit, as well as the Annapurna Sanctuary hike, and then smaller hikes like the Poon Hill hike, in preparation for other big treks in the country, such as the hike up to the Mount Everest base camp, the hikes to Gusakon Lakes, to Langtang National Park, and various other places. Also from here you can begin hikes up into Mustang, which is in the rain shadow of the Himalayas. So currently we are in the monsoon season. This is not ideal trekking season. It's a time of leeches where you get wet and it's difficult to get your clothes dry. Mold will kick in. So it's not ideal tea house trekking time. Nepal is very famous for tea house trekking, where you can hike from one tea house to the next, and it's a full day's hike, and you can get a nice meal at the end, clean up, have a place to rest, and then begin your journey the next day. So Nepal is very famous for this style of trekking, and Pokhara is the base for this. Pokhara is also a base for whitewater rafting, for kayaking, for simple hikes in the area, for longer treks, for paragliding. Many people catch planes from here, from the Pokhara airport, to have a panoramic view and an up-close view of the Himalayan mountain peaks. So there are many options here. Behind us, a little bit further up, there's the Japanese Peace Pagoda, which if you take a boat over there, and then you can hike up a ways, and from the Peace Pagoda at the top, and we'll discuss that in a different video soon, but from that place you have a massive panoramic view. On a clear day you can see a huge range of Himalayan peaks. There's also another hill you can take a cable car up to, or hike up to, or a bus up to, called Sarankot. And from there, you also have massive views of these same Himalayan peaks, but what I've heard is it's more up in your face. Since I've been here, it's, like I said, it's the monsoon season, so it's cloudy a lot of the time, and we've had peaks and hints of the mountains at points, which has been stunning and beautiful. But I can only imagine how powerful it is on a clear day, and that's going to be after the monsoon season. So anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit about this lake. Now, Phewa Lake is considered a partially natural lake, which is a strange name from my perspective, and it has to do with the fact that the lake is dammed. A little bit further down to my right, there is a dam, and I believe it's to generate electricity. And so the lake is not quite in its natural form as it's been in the past. But then if we use that kind of definition, does that mean that we can no longer, if you have a river that's dammed, is that only a partially natural river at that point? It's altered, it's changed, and it's going to impact. Anytime you dam something, you're going to have an impact on the various ecosystems and on the overall environment. So it's interesting to think with and to think about. So anyway, so this is a lake where you can go and take many different boat rides. You can go, you can hire a pedalo and go out with a group. You can hire a boat driver who's going to take you all around the lake per hour. or the full day, take you to different beautiful places around. There's a small temple. It's a modern temple a little bit further up that we'll show in a different video. And you know, like many people go to make puja there, to have little picnics. It's a nice little boat ride over there. So that's in the middle of the lake, and it's very famous. So this lake also, by the way, from the dam and I believe some streams, it moves into the Seti River, and the Seti River then is going to enter into other tributaries of the Ganga, of the Ganges, of the vast Gangetic water basin, river basin. So I guess technically these could be considered some kind of, like, not necessarily, not the source waters of the Ganga, but tributary waters to the Ganga. And that's really fascinating. So I'm not sure if there are Hindus who consider this to be a sacred lake or not. Perhaps in the comments if you could discuss this. I'm very fascinated with comparative religion and all the different expressions of human religiosity that let us know who we are and our place in the world, and how we've conceptualized of ourselves and the place in the world in the past as well. So if you could tell us about, you know, if this is considered a sacred lake, do people actually consider this to be an extension of the Ganga or a tributary of the Ganga in some way? It'd be interesting to know. Also near here, besides we've got the Seti River, and we'll do some other videos there. They cut some interesting canyons and ravines and through the city and beyond. And so we want to do some videos there and discuss those things. The Seti River also near there in these hills a little bit further down is a waterfall that plunges deep into the earth, and it's very powerful, called Devi's Falls. And we'll discuss that in another video soon. But I just wanted to give you a little glimpse of this beautiful green lake here in Pokhara, in the Himalayan country of Nepal. This is such a beautiful place to spend some time, to relax. I can see how this is a great place for families, for backpackers, for people of all income brackets to come. And so there's a real diversity of people who come to visit Pokhara for various reasons. So anyway, until next time.